Guys, welcome back, and finally the last figure of the 1/6 scale Sideshow Collectables Bounty Hunter line has landed at my door. It's Zuckuss, one of my favourite bounty hunters actually, from the original lineup, so that's cool. They saved my favourite one till last. I've been stoked to finish off this entire line now and put more in my cabinet and gaze upon them for many years to come. So let's crack open the last one and see what he's all about. Thanks for joining me, guys. Welcome back. So the same principle with this box setup as all the others you've seen in the line so far. You've got a picture of Zuckuss on the front with the Star Wars logo, the 1/6 scale symbol down the bottom. Then it opens up with a nice cheeky little magnet on the side there to reveal a window box packaging, so you can see the figure inside with another picture of Zuckuss on that side there. Just going to crack him open. There. To be honest with you, my bank account will be happy when this is over, because literally they've had Dengar, Zuckuss, Bosk have all come within the space for a few months now, so I'm glad I've got a little break from picking up all these bounty hunters and stuff. Okay, cool, so there we go. So you take the outer packaging off, and there's a figure inside Zuckuss. But so we're going to open him up now, get a closer look at him as usual. You know what I do. Yeah. Guys, here he is, out of the box. So he's a really bizarre looking alien. I think that's always why I liked him. I always thought he looked kind of like Forlom as well. So him and Forlom in the old canon were partners, and they kind of just hung around together. Forlom's the protocol droid that I reviewed at the start. He was the first one to come out. I also thought they look quite similar, because Forlom's got kind of like the insecty kind of bug-eyed look, and so did Zuckuss. And even on the bridge of the Star Destroyer, I always kind of, when you get a glimpse of Zuckuss quickly, I always kind of think that that's his face, kind of this bit here rather than his bugly eyes. So really happy to get him finally. There was a really excellent story where Zuckuss and Forlom actually turned to the rebellion at the end. They actually joined the rebellion at the end of their story. It can be found in the Tales of the Bounty Hunters book that they released like years and years ago. But I say obviously that none of that's canon now, so I have no idea what their backstory kind of is now. It's in limbo, but anyway, I digress. So there we go. First and foremost, this is a very static figure. There is literally zero, pretty much, articulation on him. Even from his head, his arms, his coat literally stops most of that from happening. So be prepared. I took him out of the box when I first get these guys to have a little look at them overall, just to see my general thoughts of them. I wasn't that impressed. This guy just literally does not move, hardly at all. So be prepared for that straight away. Yeah, so let's get down and have a little look anyway. So let's run down the articulation on Zuckuss. So his head has got these tubes attached to it. There's like his oxygen tubes or some sort of breathing thing, or part of his body, I don't really know, but they're attached to his head and go all the way around to his belt here at the back. So his head doesn't really, it moves quite a bit. They're quite like loose, loose fitting, a bit rubbery, so they've got a bit of stretch on. So his head goes from left and right, up and down. That is about as much movement as you get. His kind of sumo kind of coat jacket thing he's wearing there comes away a little bit, and you can see his neck joint there as well. So I don't know, I was a bit disappointed I perhaps couldn't have painted that. I put a bit of plastic there to keep that, but when you kind of move his head to the side there like that, if you want to display him like that, he's got some sort of like a luminous yellow neck. So anyway, there's his movement from his head. His shoulders, that's about as far as you will get them up, pretty much, because of the cutting of the jacket. His arms have the hinge joints there and can spin as well. So again, the jacket won't stop the movement there, so you probably get it about there or so. That's about it. His hands move 360 degrees there unhindered by the jacket. Then torso, there is pretty much no crunch at all. No crunch. There is no swivel really. It's got a tiny bit of a swivel rip, but nothing at all that would actually show if you were to display him. Then his legs, so the coat he is wearing is pretty much over the entire figure buck. So if you look underneath the coat, this is pretty cool though. They've done him, he's still the same kind of like figure as all the others are. So you've got the trousers under there, so they've done no expense with that. And he's got his crazy like old Action Man, reminiscent of Action Man boots there underneath. They're kind of like rubbery, that they're actually over the figure, looks like they've been put on. So that's under there as well. So he's got a knee joint that you can bend, but I say you're not going to get much moving around the groin at all really, or you won't be able to do the splits unless you kind of position him like that, which to be honest with you, I don't know why you would, unless he's like streaking or standing in like a hurricane or something like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it really. The foot swivels there just above the boot, and he's got the joint, I say, at the kneecap there as well. So because he's got boots, he's got no swivel at the ankle. So that is pretty much a rundown of all the movement on Zuckuss. He's a pretty stable figure though. He doesn't really kind of fall all over the place, but he's pretty much posing is standing. That's it. Okay, so we're going to go and have a look at a few of the details on Zuckuss now, because he has got a few bits and pieces going on with his face and the sculpted detail. The paint job is kind of very dirty and muddy, kind of very dank, you know, kind of depressing colour. He's all just pretty much brown washes all over him. The face sculpt's decent, so he's got this kind of metal breathing apparatus in the centre here as well, which is picked out by like a wash in there. The sculpting on his skin's quite good as well, guys, so I don't know if you can make this out there. So he's got a lot of veins, and you know, it really does look like there's kind of a texture to his skin, which I really like. Then he's got his insect eyes, which is clear plastic, which has got the kind of buggy, all the kind of like the dots of pupils on it, like insects have. He's got lots of pupils or eyes there. It's all picked out with a wash, so yeah, there's quite a lot of detail around his face and his eyes, the shape of it. He's got these kind of weird like parts of his face. I don't know whether it's like part of his breathing apparatus there, or whether it is just literally the species itself. I believe he is a gram or gan, the species of Zuckuss, but yeah, we're all the way around there. So it kind of looks like it's like breathing apparatus kind of built into his head. So it's a really interesting design. I think that's why I really liked Zuckuss originally. So we're going to zoom back out here. So he's got I'm assuming it's an oxygen tank. So there, it's actually joined at his neck, comes all the way out there. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit of stretchy rubber, and just kind of hangs all the way down. You know, it's pretty decent. You know, it doesn't get in the way. You can put it under his armpit or over his back. You display it how you want. I'm assuming it's his oxygen tank. There's a canister there. It's got the same sort of thing as his skin all around it, like the detailing of the skin. So I'm assuming this is kind of part of his whole head. I don't know. Interesting design. The paint job on mine is pretty rubbish though. The silver's kind of bled over onto the skin colour, and the same with the skin onto it. So, you know, not great. It just looks a bit kind of dirty and messy, to be honest. He's got the strapping over, like the brown leather strapping, light brown. He doesn't really have anything to go in his pockets here, but he has got the magnets on there. So, you know, you can see the little mini magnets, and that closes on each side. And he's got a bit of foam actually in there to kind of give a bit of padding to the pouches. So yeah, they all close with the magnets. So yeah, there's no detail expense spared there. So that's pretty decent. They say they've got the breathing parts that come out of his mandibles at the front there and go into the back of his belt. Oh, that one's just come out. I think they just kind of sit under there, to be honest with you, just like that. Got a nice little kind of panel at his back here, which has been heavily washed as well. It's got a little kind of bit of circuitry coming out there, a bit of wiring and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's nice detail on there. Belt finish all the way around. His hands, it looks like he's wearing like gloves. He's got his crazy little kind of three-fingered gloves hands. Washed again, it's kind of a tan or beige colour with wash over it. Same as, you know, goes in with the entire skin colour really. And then his coat is really cool. So obviously Zuckuss has this kind of crazy little weird coat in the even in the vintage figure as well, quite padded. So this is really weird. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's kind of like a cracked faux leather. It's quite thin. It's making a really nice cracking sound when you move it around. It just feels very like distressed and weathered. So it feels like faux leather that's kind of been worn down, or yeah, like kind of, you know, washed out. And this kind of goes all the way down the entire figure. It's a very strange feeling to the fabric as well. I quite like his kind of the parts here kind of flare out around the arms. But yeah, you know, it does hide a lot of the detail of the figure, and it does kind of just look like a one-piece thing around it. But I kind of actually quite like it. Like the actual material they've used for it, it's kind of a crunchy kind of tissue papery faux leather, so you can like pose it, you know, and it has all these great lines all over it. So look at the detail. So it actually is kind of a detailed piece in itself. You know, and it kind of holds the position as well. It won't be, you know, kind of pinging back on yourself anywhere, and it just kind of looks really cool when you fold it up. Now, if you're talking accessories wise with Zuckuss, he is a classic. Sideshow Collectables doing a complete turnaround. So literally with Bosk, you got a couple of hands and his gun, his Relby rifle. Dengar blew it out of the park with loads of hands, 2 blaster pistol, blaster rifle. We had a backpack, everything like that. Zuckuss, they go back to it again with literally sweet FA with it. So you literally get 2 hands with him. So you've got one where he's kind of pointing or holding his gun. The second one here is kind of like holding his resting. So this looks like, you know, he's kind of gun posing hands there. He's got his finger on the trigger, and then this one will be, you know, kind of resting his hand on the gun. And then you literally, that's pretty much it, apart from obviously the rifle itself. So this is the snare rifle, I believe. So again, let's have a little closer look at that. There we go, guys. Yeah, the snare rifle. So again, very basic paint job. It's literally got no weathering on it at all. It is literally just black, matte black finish all the way over it. It's a decent design for a gun. I've always think it looks quite interesting, Zuckuss's gun. It's got a bit of stock here, detail on the stock. It kind of looks like wood on there, where they've kind of got the wood grain going through that, which is a nice little detail, but no weathering on the whole thing. It is just matte black, classic Sideshow, not much detail on the actual gun itself. And that is it, guys. That is literally all the accessories you get with Zuckuss.
And like with all the Sideshow collectible Star Wars figures, you get the base, which has got the Star Wars logo on the bottom of it. It's just a clear matte finish on the top with the hole at the back, where you use the adjustable spring. Just lock that in place, and then I had a bit of trouble putting Zuckuss on because of his coat and everything. But you literally, put it over, hook it under the groin of the figure, and it protects your figure and also makes him stand there so it doesn't fall over. There's a quick video about it to change the hands. They literally just pop off, and then the new one just pops back in. Simple. So there we go, guys, job done. All the Bounty Hunters now in my collection. I don't think you guys have seen a Boba Fett figure that I've collected, but I might do a video for that at some point. It's such an old figure now. Zuckuss, I was disappointed with him. He came in at £200, same as the other figures, and you really just don't get as much as as some of the other figures out there. I think some of them are a bit hit and miss with the Bounty Hunter range. I think Dengar is my favourite out of all the Bounty Hunters. Surprise shock, because he's probably one of my least favourite designs of a hunter, but I just think they nailed absolutely everything spot on. Zuckuss, the gun is a bit bland, his movement is non-existent. I don't really mind that because I was expecting that. I don't know why, I think it's just the lack of accessories, then what else you're going to give him. I was just disappointed overall. I think it was just a kind of a bit of a meh figure to have right at the end, Perhaps if it had been Dengar at the end, I would have been singing on a high. But, he's available now on the Sideshow Collectables website. He's only going to be generally on there. He's limited as well, so if you want him, you need to pick him up off of there. He's going in my cabinet now and the rest of my collection. They do look absolutely superb, guys. If you go and follow me on Instagram, I'll post some pictures up of all of them together. But there he is, level 4 long. Thanks for watching, everybody, and the journey through the Bounty Hunter collection. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Oh, and don't forget to activate the little alarm icon on your desktop there so that you can see every single one of my new videos when they come out. See you later, guys. Bye.
There will be a substantial reward for the one who finds the Millennium Falcon. You are free to use any methods necessary, but I want them alive. No disintegrations.
As you wish.
Find MDW on Facebook and Instagram now at MDW_toys.